Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today's video is all about Toronto. So, today we're speaking about Toronto, as I said in our intro, and the first thing I did in Toronto, I landed during the night, so it was like 12 o'clock, like midnight. So I obviously went straight to my Airbnb. I stayed in a place called Scarborough, and it was like very nice, but it wouldn't be a place where you'd choose to stay on your own kind of thing, like I did at night anyway. Like, the place I stayed was lovely. The woman I stayed with was very, very nice, and the people there were very, very nice, but walking about those streets during the night was a bit scary. So that is the only downfall, but other than that, it was a nice place. And then later that day, I went to the shopping center, Scarborough Town Center, and I went into Spencer's just to see what it was like, because we don't have it here, and that shop was so cool. I'm totally gonna go back there next time whenever I go back over, just to see what it's like. Or not to see what it's like, but just to, maybe I'll buy something this time or something. I don't know. They have very cute graphic t-shirts and everything, and like, it was cool, and it wasn't that expensive from what I remember. Then I bought food from A&W. It was very, very nice. I had a burger and some fries, and I got a drink. I think it was Coke, and it only cost me like $15 for all of that. That's including the tax, so that's not bad, I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it was that bad. Then that day, I did 2 attractions. The first day I landed, I did 2 attractions, and I'll talk about the 2 attractions in a minute. One of the things I did do when I did go to into the city was Dundas Square, and I was just walking along the street exploring, and I found this Harry Potter shop called the Wizard's Market. I didn't stay in too long because it's like a very small shop, but next time I go over, I'm gonna go in again and check it out, because it is very cool. I was just very anxious, very tired and stuff as well the first day, so it was just, probably wasn't the best time to go exploring, but I wanted to explore because I don't like the idea of sitting about a room when you go somewhere, especially in the first day. I love going exploring, like, even if I just landed, you know what I mean? Well, obviously I want to go straight to bed when I landed that time, because it was 12 at night, like midnight, so that's fair enough. But yeah, I went into the Harry Potter store, Wizard's Market, and it is very, very cute. I had Buckbeak and not Hagrid. What's his name now? Oh my god, I forget his name. Hedwig flying. I have one picture of it, and it was very cool. As I said, I didn't spend that long in it, but would I recommend going into it? If you're a Harry Potter fan, yeah, 100%. Like, it's actually quite cool, because I didn't think that in Toronto that they would be anything Harry Potter related. That's probably very daft or stupid of me, since it's very it is a very popular movie, so I guess I should have expected it. So, and then the other thing I did do, obviously, was explore Dundas Square. And I didn't do all that much in Dundas Square other than walk about and stuff like that. I didn't stop at any of the tourist stores or anything like that. Maybe I'll do that next time I'm over. We'll see. I'm not quite sure what I'll do yet next time I'm over. But now, forward on to the first attraction I did when I landed, which was Little Canada. Now, I speak about this place more often than you would think. Little Canada it's literally in the name. It's smaller versions of Canada. So if it has every province in there. The last time they were working on the East Coast, they have it now. I will definitely be going back to Little Canada. That's how much I loved it. And they were also working on the Rockies, but they did have some like of Alberta, but just not the Rockies from my memory. It had Horseshoe Falls, Little Niagara, Little Toronto, Little Quebec, or Petite Quebec. What else? Like, just basically everything. Then they have this big giant seat. So like, I'm quite short as is, like I'm 5'4", but I climbed up in the seat, and obviously I was on my own. The people there, in that, like the workers there, were so sweet. They offered to take a picture of me in this chair. I have a picture of it, obviously, because he took it for me. And like, I looked so happy because it made me laugh, and he was just so sweet, made me feel very, very welcome. I don't remember his name. I wish I did, so we could appreciate the person, but I don't remember, and I really do appreciate it because he made me feel so, so welcome for my first attraction, and it was just class, So he took a picture of me in the big chair, and they were very nice. As I said, like, they have so many interactive, well, maybe not interactive, but do you know the way the Rogers Center, it has, like, the roof opens? They have a little version of that, and it opens. The GO trains, they have it all moving. Cars, the cars on the highway, obviously moving. It was so cool. It's like, I just can't put it into words how cool it was. The tickets were, I believe, 30 euro, because I booked them beforehand. 30 euro. And I didn't realize, I booked them on Get Your Guide. Not sponsored, by the way. But I booked them on Get Your Guide, and I didn't realize that the ticket I bought for 30 euro was a 365 year all round ticket, like a valid ticket for a year. So that I didn't know, which I wish I did know, because then I would have booked it, went over again sooner, but I didn't know until like a couple of weeks ago, to be honest. And the 30 euro wasn't that bad for that, obviously. And then they have this littleization station where they make a little version of you, and you don't get it that day because they obviously have to make it. Well, you don't get it at all, but you go online if you want it. You go online, you order it, then you choose which province or where you want to be stood, wherever you want it. Like, if you want to be standing in Niagara Falls, if you want to be standing in Peggy's Cove, if you want to be standing right beside the CN Tower, if you want to be standing in Little Canada, like the smaller version of Little Canada, you can go and stand there with your the little you. I have a picture of little me, but the next time I go over, I'll be seeing little me in real life, and that's gonna be so surreal and so cool. Like, I haven't been to Peggy's Cove in real life, which, not yet, but hopefully one day. And yeah, I just cannot emphasize how cool that place is. I have so many videos and so many pictures of that place, and obviously I'll show you. And then the second attraction I did that day was the cruise. I don't remember how much the cruise was, but the cruise, you see the Toronto skyline, you go over to the Toronto Islands, but you don't get off. They tell you the history of Toronto. They'll tell you like cool little stories from people that live in the Toronto Islands, and it's just so cool, so refreshing on a hot summer's day. And yeah, it was just So cool. And then the next thing I did do was the next day I was walking about. I kind of was just walking about the next day, taking everything in. And the next attraction I did do was the Sea Life Aquarium. The Sea Life Aquarium was awesome. It has little, like, obviously little fish. It's so big, like the aquarium. And then at the end of the aquarium, you can pet a stingray. And I thought that was so cool because I've never did that before. Like, I've been to the Sea Life Aquarium in London, Ripley Sea Life Aquarium in Toronto, but I was at the Sea Life Aquarium in London. You couldn't do that, which I thought that was pretty cool that you could pet a stingray. They did have a baby shark, but in that same tank, but obviously you couldn't pet the shark because, well, it's a shark. But it was just a cool experience to pet a stingray, and I was with my cousins that day as well. I met them for the first time that day, and it was just a very, very nice day. Then another evening, I don't know the name of the place because I just found myself walking about, was a little train place. It's near Olympic Park. Maybe it's in Olympic. No, it's not in Olympic Park, but it's near Olympic Park. And it's basically just old trains in Toronto, from the GO Transit, from the Via Rail, from, like, you know. And it is a museum, but I don't know what it's called. So I'll obviously find that out for you. And I do have pictures of that. And yeah, it was just very, very cool. It was getting dark that evening and stuff like that. So I didn't stay too long because I didn't want to be walking about the city when it's really dark, obviously. But there was this cool little fountain where it has a beaver, a fox, and stuff like that as well. It was very cool. I've never seen something like that before, like a fountain like that. And it was just so enjoyable. Like, Toronto is awesome, to be honest. And another thing I did, there was no more attractions, other than those 3 or 4 that I said. I did because I just wanted to be more outdoors rather than indoors the whole time, because most of the attractions are indoors, do you know what I mean? So the next place I went that was indoors was the Eaton Shopping Centre. And it was a very cool shopping centre. It had, like, a little fountain, I guess. I don't even remember if it was a fountain, but they had, like, a little bit of water. I sat down and I got kind of told off because I wasn't supposed to sit there, but there was bench. I didn't know that. I didn't see signs, but there was benches there. So I should have kind of known, you know. But he was very nice, and we had a conversation. People in Canada are very, very, very friendly, I must add, because, like, there was a few times where I wasn't sure where I was going. I asked for help. They gave me directions, and I said thank you, and I went on my merry way. And I met so many people as well that stayed with me and spoke with me, going to train or something like that, because they were going the same way, and they just talked to me. Because I hopped on the bus on the way back to where my Airbnb was, and this girl sat down beside me and showed me a picture of the eclipse, and she was telling me, oh, I should go to the next one. It's in Scarborough Bluffs. I know I was staying in Scarborough, but the only thing was I would have went, but I was away the week before it, so I couldn't go. So then, after the Eaton Shopping Centre, I went to the harbour front, and I loved the harbour front. I just can't emphasize enough how much I loved it. I sat there for for more than an hour, enjoying all the boats and the people surrounding me, and just getting to sit down in the grass and take everything in. It was just so relaxing, and I just loved it. Like I love the harborfront. I would go there every single time. It was just an experience. Like I can't even word how beautiful Toronto is. Like it's actually so hard to put into words. Um, then the next thing I did do was the Toronto sign. I didn't stay too long at the Toronto sign because they were doing construction work near it. Then a lot of like a gust of wind again, and there was dust blowing everywhere and stuff going in my eyes, so I couldn't enjoy it as much. When I go back next time, I will probably stay a bit longer. It is everything you'd expect, the Toronto sign, and there wasn't that many people at it though when I went there, which I was kind of surprised because when I watch these type of videos, they say like it can be very, very busy and stuff like that. But when I was there, it wasn't busy at all. There was like maybe 10 people there, which I was kind of shocked at. I got a lovely little selfie with it. I think I got a proper picture of it just on its own. And it was pretty cool. For then the majority of the trip I kind of just walked around. Like I wanted to go to the St. Lawrence Market, but the day I chose to go to it, it was closed, and it's closed on Mondays. So if you want to go to the St. Lawrence Market, go to the St. Lawrence Market any any day except for Monday, I think, because it's closed Monday. And then obviously I walked past the Rogers Center. It was very cool. I went into the Olympic Park, and it was nice, but it wasn't really taken care of. Like grass was very long and they didn't really do anything for it. And then another thing actually I did do was spend a little bit of time in the path and explored the couple of shops that was in there and stuff like that. Got some food, and now the one food I got and I absolutely loved, and I will have it again when I'm over, is poutine. It is exactly well, not what I expected. It was just everything you could, well, not dream of either, because that's kind of weird, but just tasted so, so, so good. And I've never had something like it before. So yeah, I would recommend getting poutine if you're in Canada. Quebec is where it originated from, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I think that's everything I did do in Toronto. And yeah, I didn't go up the CN Tower. I walked past it. I don't know if I will the next time I'm over because you can do that anytime. Do you know what I mean? There's other like I walked past the Hockey Hall of Fame. I didn't go into it. I walked past Scotiabank. There was no ice hockey games on. I was meant to go to a baseball game, but I didn't go to a baseball game. I went to Nova Scotia instead, which you saw that video. And yeah, that's pretty much everything I did do in Toronto. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the sound. I hope it's a lot better than the last couple of videos. I think it is. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video, which is going to be about Wales. That video is going to be quite short because I was only in two places in Wales, and I'm going to do them both. They were different years, completely different years, and I'll just have a wee chat, about it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next Sunday.